The Compact Horizon by Shailesh Kumar. It began in a cramped engineering lab in Palo Alto, California in the late 1970s. Shells ground under the weight of vacuum tubes, tangled wires, and bulky terminals. In the flickering light of a desk lamp, Dr. Alan Hart paced in frustration. His hands showed deep in the pockets of his lab coat, wiry, bespectacled, and perpetually disheveled. He muttered to himself, casting disdainful glances at the massive computer taking up half the room. Computers are rooms, Helena, he snapped, gesturing towards the humming beast. How is that progress? Leaning against a chalkboard full of looping equations stood Dr. Elena Marquez, sharp dressed, confident, and overpatient. She smirked over her clipboard. You would need magic to shrink this beast. Alan didn't laugh. He never did when the future was at stake. One rainy evening, Alan stood beneath a flickering street lamp watching a businessman juggle a briefcase and a folded newspaper, scribbling notes awkwardly on his knee. Water dripped off the brim of Alan's glasses as a realization struck. He yanked a notebook from his coat and began furiously sketching a folding screen, a keyboard integrated into the base, a power source, and didn't weigh a ton. Portability integration, he whispered. That night in a dimly lit garage, Alan and Elena huddled over a cluttered workbench. The first prototype looked more like a lunchbox than a miracle. Clunky metallic, a tiny screen nestled beneath a hinged lid. Sparks flew as Alan soldered. Elena checked voltages. Her brow furrowed. A black cat named Moss pawed at loose screws, unbothered by the chaos. Alana initiated the boot sequence. The screen flickered, then froze. Error 42. Alan groaned, wiping sweat and grease from his glasses. We are close. The prototype, rough but functional, made its debut in boardroom with walnut paneling and skeptical investors. Mr. Thompson, a stern executive with too much cologne and not enough imagination, scolded at the device. Alan typed a command. The screen blinked and died. Nervous laughter. Alana tightened her scarf, swallowing tension. Thompson sneered. It's a toy. Get back to real machines. Mainframe business. Alan's eyes blazed. This toy will outlive your desk. Silence, then murmurs. Alana squeezed at Alan's hand under the table. It happened just before dawn. Alan had fallen asleep at his desk, cheek pressed against a circuit board. The lab was silent, but for the faint hum of a test capacitor. Suddenly, Elena burst in, breathless, waving a tiny microchip. Alan, the new chip, it's stable. He jolted awake. We did it. They rushed to the bench. The screen came to life. Hello, world. Morse purred, tail flicking lazily over the glowing device. For the first time in weeks, Alan laughed. In 1983, under the fluorescent glare of bustling tech conference, Alan stood on stage in a borrowed suit 2 sizes too big. The crowd buzzed with low expectations. He cleared his throat. This is for everyone who needs the world's in their hands. He opened the lid. The horizon lit up with a pixelated spinning globe. A flash of camera shutters followed. In the front row, Elena beamed. Morse paw print was etched subtly into the side casing. History pivoted quietly in that moment. Decades later, in a sunlight coffee shop, a teenager laughed mid video call, fingers flying across a sleek laptop. Behind them hung a yellow newspaper clipping, Hart and Marquez, pioneers of the portable revolution. The reflection in the laptop screen mirrored a sketch, Alan's first blueprint. The spirit of Horizon lived on, not on its wires or keys, but in the simple truth. It proved innovation is born not from power, but from necessity, vision, and a refusal to accept the limit. In sepia stone, a sketch hangs on the wall of a tech museum. Alan and Elena high five amid chaos, soldering irons, coffee stained schematics, and Morse batting at a wayward capacitor. In the background, the horizon one glows like a lighthouse in the sea of dreams. The compact horizon was never just a machine. It was a message that the future, no matter however improbable, begins with the courage to imagine it. Thank you.